Over the last decade, there's been two major ancient coin finds. We've talked about one of them 4 or 5 years ago, which was the Epfig hoard found in England, right? Beautiful Roman coins from the northern peak of the empire. The other is the Troas, which is Troas, Alexandria, which is, well, the old city-state of Troy going back to Greece, right? Well, tonight, the coins are starting to come out. And not only do we have a coin from that beautiful hoard, we have the first Augustus. The Augustus. Something special. So again, let's spend a minute on the first line you're seeing on the holder, because all of our coins are certified by NGC, and a significant number of the coins from the hoard were sent there as well. So over the next year or so, we're going to see a couple of great coins surfacing. But again, we must remember the land of Troy, which is basically the northwestern Asia Minor at the time, one of the big ancient Greek city-states. It's today Turkey's west coast, right? Well, the emperor in Rome that changed it from a republic, right, to an empire was the famous Julius Caesar. And the coin you're looking at here is from Gaius Julius Caesar Augustus, also known as Octavian. But he was the great nephew, adopted son of the famous Julius Caesar. He is the first Roman emperor with the title of Augustus because it was part of his name. And everybody after him, it's a great read, great history lesson, everybody after him took on the word Augustus as part of the Caesar because of what? They were the ultimate ruler of Rome. The king, if you would call it, right? The other part of this is what? Augustus is what? It's where the month of August, so all you Leos out there, I'm one of them, all you Leos, it's after this gentleman's name. The great, the first ruler of the Empire of Rome. Now on this coin it has his name. That is him, right? It also references the dates. Look at the dates of the coin when you get back to the holder. We're talking a couple of years before zero, a couple of years after zero. This was the time frame where the expansion of Rome was at its height. And now the quality. We're talking about a coin that is over 2,000 years old. Now the reverse depicts the wolf, right? Which goes into the lore of where Rome was found. Remember Romulus and Remus, right? And they, years later, Constantine the Great, Constantine the First, made a special commemorative coin of the two children with the wolf, right? This one is one of the early resemblances of the wolf of Rome, going back to its forming. So you have Augustus, the first ever emperor on one side, and the theme of the city-state at that time on the other. So the Troas, the Alexandria Troas, the Troas Alexandria, I've seen it both ways. The hoard, dating back 2,000 plus years. And the coins look this gorgeous. Now, a lot of the hoards of today, the last half century, are from battle engagements. And the history will help prove out where they were. Was there a big battle here at some point in history? Was Rome fighting someone here? Was somebody else fighting someone there? And it's traditional because, again, you got to bring your coin with you to pay your troops. These guys and gals want to go out and do their thing. So they have these supply line change of coinage. But before we go into battle, it was customary to do what? Bury it So that way, if you are not the victor that day, you can always go back and get your money versus having to retreat. And if it's your life or money, you're going to usually pick your life. And as a result, then they have all your money. Kind of like the World War II North Africa notes, Hawaii notes. The U.S. government used very similar principles, right? We'll devalue it because they buried it so you couldn't find it. And that's why we're seeing these things pop up, like the Epphig hoard found in Great Britain. Some great coins. Most of those were Northern Roman Empire-esque, Herod, etc. The Hadrian's Wall, one of the more famous. But tonight, this is just something unique. One, the hoard itself is cool. Two, finding great quality with the imagery on the coin tying to the forming of the real Empire of Rome. Earlier they were the Republic, right? They were building steam. But Julius Caesar now turns them into an empire. And Augustus, the next ruler up, changes everything. This is his coin. These are all certified by NGC. We found a couple of these coins, not the actual hoard, the Troas, actual Augustus Caesar coins, bronze coins like this one, the cents of the day. And we're looking at values at between $150 and $200 for coins that haven't even been certified, just trusting that they're real. As you know here, all of our stuff is certified, so that way we just can take away any of the questions, no matter how nice they look. So the Wolf of Rome, the founding of Rome, and the first ever ruler of the Empire of Rome, Augustus, where the theme Augustus Caesar came from. And also where we have the month of August today. Fun stuff. Guys, I don't think we're going to have enough time to put a clock up. The phones have spiked. If you're visiting via the web and it's in your shopping cart, that's your thing, and thank you. This one's going to sell out. We only had a handful of them in this condition. There'll be others over the next year or two, I'm guaranteeing it. I just can't guarantee the price, and I definitely can't guarantee the quality. We went through a lot of coins to just pick that couple dozen we have here tonight. Quality is the key. And the price that backs it up, yes, that's called the AVC way.